Hello students, let's continue going over this test paper. Now question 11. Let's draw the diagram for this question. It should look like this. If you don't remember this diagram, then just draw it a few more times, right? So it says that when x is less than 0, this should be a decreasing function, and here it's decreasing like this. When it's greater than 0, it's an increasing function. That's correct. Yes, when it's greater than 0, it's an increasing function. All right, for this question, choose the second option. Now, regarding y equals the absolute value of x, you all really need to take a good look at this question. There's a high probability it will be tested. Now that we have finished that, let's proceed forward to question number 12. For this question, let's look here. This is 2, this is 1, right? The parabola opens upwards. It opens upwards and is less than or equal to 0. Choose the lower part. This part, right? For this part, then there isn't this one, right? And it can't possibly be this one either. So you need to see whether this 2 can be equal to 2, this x minus 2, this part below, it can't be equal to it. So choose the first one for this question, pick the first option. In this way, I've taught you many methods that are relatively quick, right? If you study with me, you can improve your speed. Improve your speed, because for this exam, a very important point is that you need to solve these problems in as little time as possible. I think everyone should be able to understand what I mean. I'll speak a bit slower, and you can follow my train of thought and gradually understand. As for this question, it mentions the arithmetic mean, which is actually just the average. You get it, right? Everyone should know what an average means, right? It's just this plus this, then divided by 2, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So it's 2 plus 2 divided by 2, which is still 2. So you should choose the second option, right? You'll notice this question is very simple. It doesn't require much time. What it needs is your proficiency, whether you can master this knowledge skillfully. So I think everyone needs to be flexible when practicing. When learning knowledge, don't be too rigid. Next, let's look at question 14. That's the slope, right? In China, we usually write it as y equals ks plus b. Here, the slope we use is this k, but many students abroad learn it as y equals mx plus b or y equals mx plus c, right? So everyone uses m, and this m is the slope, correct? I think that if you want to find a tutor for the CSCA course, you must find a teacher who is familiar with both the teaching methods in China and those used abroad. That way, they can understand what you're thinking and what you're lacking. Do you understand what I mean? So when choosing a teacher, you must be very selective. Let me remind everyone about this here, okay? So this k is actually the m that everyone has learned. So which one is it? It's using 1 minus 3 with 1 minus 3 on the top. And on the bottom, it's 3 minus negative 2. 3 minus negative 2. So the top is negative 2, right? The bottom is 5, so it's negative. 2/5, right? 2 to 5. So for this question, our answer is the third one. Then let's look at question 15. Okay, for question 15, what they're asking us about is sin alpha. This sine alpha, it says 0.13, right? We can plot this point. 1 is here. Everyone, it's here. Right? So here is 3, and here is alpha. Alpha is here, so the side opposite to alpha and the side adjacent to it, if we compare them, that's the tangent, right? But what we need is sine, so it should be 3 divided by this side, the slanted side. For this side, we use the Pythagorean theorem. Using the Pythagorean theorem, it should be the square root of 10. So this is the square root of 10. That is to say, we can set this side as x, right? Then x squared should be equal to 3 squared plus 1 squared, right? In Chinese, this is called the Pythagorean theorem. All right, then we should choose the second one. You should be able to see it. Also, everyone, you must be quick with this calculation. Dividing by the square root of 10 is equal to what? It's equal to 1 over the square root of 10. The square root of 10, got it. 3 times 1 over the square root of 10. When it comes to calculations, everyone still needs to practice further. Everything I'm saying here is sincere advice for you all. You've all been preparing for this course for quite a while, and as I continue to record these videos for you, I will make them even more professional. There will be even more practice questions in the second round of recordings. If you follow along with my videos, you won't have to spend a single penny and you'll be able to learn. If you already have some foundation in math, you'll be able to learn very well, right? If you don't have a foundation in math, I have other methods. At that time, you can reach out to me, okay? You can contact me. Next, this question. It's an arithmetic sequence, right? An arithmetic sequence means from 7 to 13, that's 5, right? From 13 to 9, that's 6, right? And then from 9 to 25. This is from 7 to 13, that's 6. This is also 6. This is also 6. This is also 6. And this is also 6. So this is an arithmetic sequence. Then from 2 to 4, that's 2, right? From 4 to 7, that's 3. So this one isn't, right? It's not. Then this is minus 2. Between these two is minus 2. Between these two is still minus 2. And this is still minus 2. So this is, right? So this is 2. And this is 4. This is 8. So this one isn't either. So in total, we have just 2, the first and the third. So we choose the first one, option A, right? Okay, this is question 16. Now let's continue to look further. Let's look at question 17. For question 17, the calculation uses a fixed formula, right? This distance is just distance. So when we calculate this distance, we use 3 minus negative 5. Then here we square it, right? It's just this minus this, right? And then use this minus this plus negative 2 minus negative 1. Then square it here, right? Then just take the square root. So here, look, 3 minus negative 5, that's 8. 8 times 8 is 64. So this is already 64. Even if you add another number after that, you don't need to worry about how much you're adding. See, I'm showing you another quick calculation method here. You don't even need to know exactly how much you're adding. Anyway, you know for sure that this number can't be 13 because it's already bigger than that. It's already very large, understand? So we can choose this one, got it? So we just picked the second one, right? You can actually calculate it, and the answer you get will be the same as mine. This is just a quick way for us to choose, since this is a multiple choice question. When I was teaching, I've already taught over 100 students, and many of them, when doing multiple choice questions, spent a lot of time on calculations. That's why in this video, in this course, what am I trying to tell you? I want to show you how to answer quickly and accurately, so you can do really well on this. Right? If you follow my lessons, you definitely won't lose out. You'll learn a lot of things you haven't learned before. This might be something other teachers can't teach you because they haven't even thought about these things. Now let's look at question 18. Its angle of inclination is 45 degrees, which actually means k equals tangent alpha, right? Let me remind you again here, since we're taking a Chinese exam. After I explain this m to you, I won't use m as a substitute anymore. All right, I'll just use k, and you just need to know what I mean by k. So tangent 45 degrees, here, it equals 1, right? zy equals kx plus b, which is actually 1 times x plus b, right? So we can see this one, right? This is 2, so we eliminate it, right? So which one is it exactly? Because it passes through 0, 2, only here is 2, and here is negative 2. So this one is incorrect, right? So we choose the second one, option B, right? See, we solved this very quickly. Look, I explained 8 questions to you, and I also covered a lot of other content, and it only took us 8 minutes, right? So actually, we have more than enough time to finish this problem. In other words, if this question were in my hands, it would probably only take me 4 minutes, right? We could have finished it already, so everyone must learn my method. Now, about the center and radius of this circle, right? Look, in this question, the x here is negative 4, and after the y, there isn't any number at all. There's no number after y. For x, there is a number here. So what does that mean? It means it's a number. The center of this circle is a number, and then 0, right? So it can't possibly be 0, 2. It should be 2, 0. So what about the radius? You don't need to worry about what it is because it gives you square root of 7, Because what is this part here at the end? This is r squared. That means r squared must be equal to 7. The correct answer is the square root of 7. So we should choose the third one. Do you understand my reasoning here? Some students might still not get it at this point, but some may have already understood. My approach is this. Among these options, the number without the square root is r squared, and the number with the square root is r. What do you need? You need r. So what you need is the number under the square root, so you don't actually need to calculate what the radius is. Just take whatever is under the square root as it is. That's exactly what I want. Do you understand now? So the other 2 options are incorrect. Those 2 are r squared. Right? Isn't it really quick for us to solve problems here? In other words, when I look at this question, or rather, when we look at it, meaning everyone who follows me in this class and learns this material, as students, in the future, you'll be able to pick the answer to this question in just a few seconds. Isn't that interesting? If you didn't understand, think over what I just said and watch my video a few more times. You'll gain new insights. This is located in the second quadrant. We must clearly see exactly where it is, right? The second quadrant. Where is it? Is it here? It says sin alpha. Sin alpha refers to this spot, which is 4. This spot is 5. So what is cosine cosine? Here it should be negative sign, so it's negative 3/5. So you pick the second one. See, that was really quick. Tangent should be 4/3, right? That can't be correct. It's a negative number, isn't it? This positive number isn't right, is it? It should be a negative number. All right, today I used these 10 minutes to go over these 10 questions with everyone, right? Tomorrow I will continue to go through another 10 questions with you all. Everyone must study hard, okay? And then you can follow along with Teacher Meow's upcoming lessons. Also, after watching my video, please give me a like, all right? First, give it a like and then follow me, okay? I hope my follower count can go up a bit because only when I reach 200 followers can I start streaming from different locations. So I hope that in the future I can bring everyone more free courses. Maybe if my follower count reaches over 200 followers, then I will, from then on, I'll regularly schedule it for Sunday evenings, at least for now, or Saturday evenings to start things off in the beginning. I might just do one single class per week, and then as we move further down the road, it could potentially be 2 classes a week, or even 3 or 4 times. This will be entirely dependent upon the factor of how much my follower count grows over time, right? So the more followers I gain on this platform, the more a greater variety of complementary educational courses I'll be able to offer to absolutely everyone, right? I hope everyone can support me. Really, please support me.